Hey, it's Ryan with SME Filters. Today we're going to be installing our new intercooler piping kit for the 3-liter Duramax. This is going to fit all the 2019 and up Silverados with the Duramaxes, as well as the 2021 and up Yukons, Escalades, and Tahoes / Suburbans with the 3.0 Duramax. So what you're going to get in the kit is going to be your charge fitting right here. We're going to reuse the OE clip. This is just going to be a snap-on, a new O-ring for this, the 2 hoses themselves, 1-piece 4-ply silicone construction, so never going to burst in the field, as well as 4 new T-bolt constant tension clamps here to make sure that you have the best clamps on all of your piping. So let's get the install started. To get started, we're going to go ahead and remove the engine cover here. To do so, remove the oil cap. To use a 10mm, there's going to be a bolt right in here. With that bolt removed, we can pry up and then backwards, and these 2 little fingers just catch on the rear. Very important, immediately reinstall your oil cap so no dirt or contaminants get into your engine oil. So we'll get that tightened back down, set this cover aside, and keep going. With the engine cover removed, we can now start removing the hose clamps on the cold side tube here. This is going to be a flathead screwdriver or a 7mm nut driver. We'll get the top one loosened first, and then the bottom hose clamp is going to be right here on the intake manifold, on the throttle body. And we're going to need to come from the underside on this truck. You may need to remove your intake tube to get to this, but I can show it a little better once I get it loosened up here. Okay, with those 2 loosened up, we can pry this off. There we go. Remove the other side as well. I'm going to loosen this one a little bit more. Come on. And this is the cold side pipe once removed. Like I said, 1 7mm clamp on each end here. Moving on to the hot side, another 7mm clamp. We'll just back this extra loose. And then we will need a pick, and we'll go ahead and remove the clip. This truck already had a resonator delete on it, but the clip removal will be exactly the same with the factory resonator. Now that we've gotten this removed, we can go ahead and remove the bracket back here that holds the engine cover in place. This truck had a resonator delete already installed, so I could probably get it out without removing all of this, but with the factory resonator, you will need to remove this bracket just to have room to get the big factory resonator out of there. These are all going to be 10mm. There's going to be 2 bolts, 1 on each side. Then we'll remove the sensor, and there'll be 1 more 10 right in the middle underneath that. With the sensor out of the way, I can access the last bolt. And remove the entire bracket. Finally, to get this hot side pipe out, we need to remove this clip. So I've just got a pick here. We're just gonna pry it up all the way around until it's out of the groove. On the back side as well. All right, and the clip is completely out now. So we can go ahead and pull off first on this end of the elbow. Once that's off, rotate upwards here and start to work the resonator or resonator delete pipe out of the truck. So now I was able to pull the entire hot side unit out in one piece. We'll be replacing this with a longer hose and then just a coupler on this end. We've got our cold side pipe ready to go in. Make sure you loosen up the clamps so that there's plenty of room for this to expand over the beads on both the intercooler and throttle body side. As well as to position the clamps correctly. So this one we're going to shoot directly downwards in the vehicle so that we can get our 11mm socket on it to get it tightened. Now, and we're going to slide this one all the way around to right here so that the engine cover can still install as well. Switch to an 11mm here. Make sure your clamps are centered up. And then this is a plastic outlet here on the intercooler, so make sure you get this snug, but we don't need to go crazy with it, and crack that intercooler. Depending on if you have the intake tube or not installed while you're doing this install, will kind of determine where you're going to position the nut on the throttle body coupler there on the intake manifold. So I originally had it pointing straight down. It's going to be a little easier on this vehicle to point it at the driver's side tire. So we'll go ahead and get in there now with our 11mm. Snake it in. We've gone ahead and torqued down both of our clamps. You can tighten the intake manifold one down pretty good. Just again, be careful with your intercooler side just because it's plastic. I did it with the intake tube installed, but it may be faster for you to just go ahead and pop the intake tube out given it's 2 hose clamps and the MAF connection. That will free up a little more access to the manifold side clamp there. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the hot side now. Similar process. 2 clamps, but this side will include the fitting as well. First, we're going to go ahead and install our snap-on fitting here to the turbocharger. To do so, we can start by installing the ring. We're going to point the S&B logo up and then slowly work the ring around into the grooves. And so the ring will look installed, it will look just like that. With that done, we're going to take a little bit of motor oil and lubricate our O-ring. This will help it slide on and not pinch the O-ring. Whatever type of oil you have on hand you can use. Put a little bit of oil on my finger here and just work this around the O-ring. Once the O-ring's oiled, we can go ahead and slide it into the O-ring groove. Just like that. And then with the S&B logo pointing upwards, we'll go straight into the truck. And just shove this thing on until you hear the ring click. Going into the truck, we're going to point this clamp straight up on the elbow side, and then the straight side going to the charger, we're going to point this clamp forwards. I've got them both real loose to make sure we have plenty of room to slide over our barbs. We're going to go in and get this one done first and kind of install this all at once. There we go. So that clamp's going to install about like that. And this one's going to look about like that. So what we're going to do now is get our bracket back in place just to make sure we're not interfering with the clamps here. So we're going to work around this bracket to get a good idea of where we can be and can't be. So this clamp's going to end up pointing a little more upwards just so that we can reinstall the bracket. And then the same with this one. Okay, so now that we know that, I can pull the bracket out of here and get our two clamps tightened down. The same thing applies on the hot side. Make sure you don't over tighten the intercooler side because this is also plastic. So we're gonna get it snug, but make sure we don't crack the intercooler housing itself. All of our clamps are now tightened, so we can go ahead and reinstall our bracket. There. Some of our nuts came out with the studs. Finally, we're going to go ahead and get the engine cover reinstalled. To do this, we're going to slide it underneath the two locating tabs in the back, remove our oil cap, push down on the cover here, and we're going to have to make sure it seats around that oil filler neck. Reinstall your oil cap, make sure that clicks in, and then you will use a 10mm, and you can go ahead and tighten up the engine cover screw. Thanks for following along today as we install our intercooler piping kit on this 3.0 Duramax. If you have any questions, give us a call at 909-947-0015 or send us an email at customerservice@spfilters.com. Thank you for your time.